everyone, and welcome back to The Big Show. I'm your host, Jerk. How's everybody doing? You sound great. More importantly, you look great. Oh, me? You've noticed my deep golden bronzed hue that makes my skin resemble fine Corinthian leather? Well, that's just because I have been away conducting our latest interview with a very special ship. So let's not waste any time getting them out here because this is a short one. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the premium Tier 7 Pan American battleship. Give it up for Atlantico. That's right. The Atlantico, and yes, I know I am late to the party in making a video on this ship, but while they've been around for a couple months, I had it on good accord. They were going to be getting a Brazilian butt lift with a new commander, so I wanted to wait until then before getting to know them. And let me tell you, that lift worked. So let's get the commander and their Carnival party posse up on the big screen along with the modules. And it is Henrique Fernandez with Haruna and Von Hippie. So yes, this is a full secondary build. That's kind of the first thing I wanted to cover. As you know, once you go south of the equator, things get a little goofy. Winter is summer, fall is spring, toilets flush backwards, and legend even has it, they've got different constellations down there. Constellation. Wait, what ship are we talking about? Oh, right, the Atlantico. So while many may be tempted to describe this ship as a battleship with a Cheshire strapped to each side, I would argue that this is in fact two Cheshires with a battleship between them. And just like the southern hemisphere's up being down, the secondary guns on this ship are actually the primaries, and the primaries are manually controlled secondaries. You follow? Today was tomorrow, yesterday. So let's just go ahead and cover the secondaries real quick. And by secondaries, I am of course referring to what you Northern Hemisphere people call the primaries. There are 10 381mm AP only guns with a 1.8 Sigma and absolutely nothing else that makes them special. No short fuse, no improved pin angles, no, they are just there to yoink nearly sunk ships, as I will demonstrate on the next few ships sunk. But the primaries here, of course, those being your Northern Hemisphere secondaries, that's the bread and butter pickles. If you can get yourself into a position to use those, well, you can really crank up some fires and damage because the 234s have 1/4 pin, aka 56mm of pin, the same as the aforementioned Cheshire and the much beloved Drake. Love the Drake. But assuming you can position yourself where your primaries can automatically fire at your chosen target, and then some good Samaritan comes along like, say, a Belfast and drops smoke in front of you, well, you can sit down, have a coffee, maybe turn on a little music and relax while they do the heavy lifting. You know, I haven't really drank much coffee since my youth. I used to drink coffee and smoke when I was a teenager just because, you know, you're watching reality fights and, you know, it just seemed kind of like the cool thing to do. But I just stopped drinking coffee in my early 20s because all that caffeine kind of gave me a panic attack. But I have recently rediscovered it. It's so nice to just sit back and not really have to worry about it. Oh, sorry. I had to take that phone. Oh, hey, look. They're on fire. Wow, we're doing some real work here, aren't we? Oh. This is what the game is all about, really. Just letting everything else do all right. Well, seems like it's over. We might... Oh, hold on. Let's fire our secondaries and yoink. The music doesn't stop yet. One thing I will add here is that your secondaries, and of course by that I mean your Northern Hemisphere primaries, do have a 30-second reload, but, you know, if you time it right, you can yoink another ship right there. And, you know, really, that's kind of the thing with Atlantico. It isn't really a brawler. It is more of a mid-range ship, and that's going to appeal to some people, but it will probably turn off others. But you know our motto here on the big show, different boats for different folks. But let's see if we can make it brawl. Now, we've got a Scharnhorst on the outside of A to the south, and we've got a Colorado approaching from the north, and because I'm wired with the brown juice, I'm going to take this moment to utilize these islands. Ooh, look, a champagne. But I'm going to use these islands and get a turn in to try and isolate some of these targets, but also to not be caught in a crossfire, because this does have some huge freeboard which can catch a lot of shells. So I'm getting around here and going to turn outwards to be able to engage this Colorado. I was looking at this ship and thinking, okay, you know what? This could be number 4. We do have a pretty good layout of ships down here if we want to try and get a Kraken. Clearly, the Colorado has an RGA mod on, and that's how we're being spotted. And believing that it is better to be safe than sorry, I am turning hard to angle against the Champagne. And I did mention before that the secondaries on here, and for clarity, I am referring to what on most other ships are primaries, are 10 381mm guns. And while they may not be very remarkable if one is presented a flat broadside, they can tickle the plums until your primaries can finish your target off. Now all I need to do is get myself to a place where my primaries can engage the Colorado and Scharnhorst at the same time, and see if I can get my secondaries to finish off one of these ships down. So we get a pretty decent hit on the Colorado. Okay, my primaries are firing off on both sides, so this is good. They're getting incapacitations, they are racking up damage, and I think if my secondaries can get one more salvo in here, then we should be able to sink this Colorado. So let's see our secondaries do their thing. Ugh, no, those secondaries barely have any pin and are just so unreliable. Meanwhile, our primaries are engaging the Scharnhorst. Well, maybe we can get one more. Nope. Colorado's gonna get yoinked. That's fine. I've been yoinking earlier. Everybody's got to get a little bit of their own action. However, when we look over this way, Scharnhorst giving us a good angle. We'll get our secondaries off. Pretty decent hit right there, but, you know, primarily, our primaries are doing all the damage here. Now, this is when I was saying I am going to risk it for the Kraken right here. I do not need to come around broadside to the Scharnhorst, but you know what? I've got the HP, not for long, because they're going to get a shot off, and as I mentioned, this ship doesn't like to be shot too much. Yep, that is a very solid hit from the Scharnhorst. However, that got us our 4th ship sunk. And because I'm so far ahead of my teammates right here, and that Champagne goes behind an island, I'm thinking, all right, you know what? I'm going to get a heal off. I'm going to go ahead and repair that turret, because whatever. We are in position to chase down this last ship and get our Kraken. There will be a point in the not so distant future when I am telling my teammates to get back, but they do not heed my request. Yeah. I was hoping that some of them would be like, oh, support that ship. I'm like, get back. But no, you know how it is in this game. Everybody is bloodthirsty, especially if one of the ships has been yoinking everything. So I was thinking, hey, this might be it right here. Let's fire those secondaries. It's a decent hit, but really, I gotta let my primaries engage here. And there goes one fire, and you can be sure that they are probably going to put that out as soon as possible. So if my primaries can just get one more fire on them, or if these secondaries can do just a little damage, well, then we should have it. And, well, let's just see how it plays out.
Oh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly, but each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and montana, love and lovely little girl from and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see. Cause that won't go. No, she doesn't see. Cause that won't go. She just doesn't see.